done a lot of different things. I could spend just the next hour talking about all of his accomplishments, starting with the 108 degrees that he has in all of the different ways that he's educated himself. But but overall, one of the things that Dr. Obama has done the most and the most effectively from my perspective is the way that he has crafted his lifestyle, and crafted the business around his lifestyle, the way that he puts his business and his life, excuse me, and his lifestyle first, and is able to seamlessly navigate his business around the way that he prefers to live his life. Not a lot of people get that luxury. So it's really important that someone like him exists and is able to set that example for the rest of us that want to live life in a different way and still share the mission, that we're here to share, and still make the difference in the world that we're here to make. Beginning with the sentiment, the super simple sentiment that there is a better way to live your life. There's a different way to live your life, and you don't have to just eat the plate that is handed to you by whatever is going on politically in today's climate. And it's really inspiring that he has made a move like this, almost anticipating what will be happening in the United States. Not only has he escaped a lot of the politics that are happening, but he's somehow managed to escape the weather that is happening as Mexico has magically avoided the insane cold fronts and fires and all of the crazy things that are happening here. Even the part of Mexico that he is in technically should be affected by pretty much everything that's happening in this area of the world right now. But I think like it's just a testament to his ability to anticipate what moves need to be made, and that's the kind of leader that you want to follow, is somebody who can make uh, moves that are 5 steps ahead of what anybody else is thinking, 10 steps ahead sometimes it seems. So with that being said, everybody, I don't need to. I think I'd be preaching to the choir here if I started talking about Dr. Obama and who he is. But outside of all of the things that he does in business, outside of him being a phenomenal business partner, Dr. Obama is so down to earth. He's once you speak to him for 5 minutes, you know that you're speaking to a real one. You know what I mean? He absolutely loves to help people. There aren't too many of people like that exist, especially people who are accomplished in business, which is part of the mission of the Underdog Millionaire, is to get people to truly understand the heart of why they're doing what they're doing. If you lose sight of that, you will never get to your next level. Just putting that out there. He loves to help people. Definitely knows his stuff. And on top of that, who are we kidding here? Dr. Obama is so much fun to work with. Like he's an absolute blast to spend any time with, chatting about life or business. So with all of that being said, everybody, please give a round of applause for the Underdog Millionaire's very own Dr. Obom Bowen. Welcome, sir.
Wow, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. You know what, Afia, with that intro, here's how I feel. Like, for those of you who have kids and you've probably seen the movie um, Moana, and she's on the boat with Maui, and she was telling him all about himself. And he was like, and then she was like in the back of his going like, I was like, oh snap! I was hearing it. It was like right there. You're right there. So thank you so much, girl. I sincerely appreciate you. You guys, welcome. I'm super pumped up about this launch. I really am. I see so many good friends, um, business acquaintances, and partners from different eras of my life. Before I even jump in, for some of you that made it on today, I have to say thank you so much. And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't say a few kind things about Afia, but that's why I set him up front. But this has been, she's been my road dog. Everything we've done building with the Underdog Millionaire brand, the extensions and all those of it. This is one of those extensions that will be one of the long lasting ones that are on here. I also have high shout out to part of the Underdog Millionaire Investment Group, Money Mike, who is on, and Matt Dillingham. Right, Matt's listening in, but he's with his dad right now. He can't join in. I had a call with him and one of our other members, Miss Sarai Leisure, who's actually in Arizona right now in a meeting with the CEO of the company they work with for the investment plays that we do. And I know that this brother probably didn't have any thought of speaking or sharing, but I'm just have him say it anyways, because this how we roll around here. Because he's probably one of the only people on here right now that knows me before I had any money and sense, any money in my pocket and any sense in my brain. He's like in the center of my screen. Jonathan Lomax retired from the Marine Corps and retired from working with the government as well. But we were both enlisted Marines together, known each other years and years. And so this brother has seen me go from being excited as a Marine, still excited now. He saw me go through, or what I looked like after my divorce, when I was homeless, and we've kept in touch over the years. So I'm glad you made it on, man. We don't talk as much. And just the other day, he reached out and he was like, listen, man, I haven't done most of the stuff that we should have done together, but we've always been real with each other. And I tell him, I was like, it's funny you said you're planning to do some of this stuff, which is literally what I'm getting ready to do. So I'd be happy to have him just 2 minutes, maybe, Jonathan. I know you probably got an hour and they don't need some of them stories, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I would love for you just to kind of share me, because you just gave my heart some love by seeing you make it on here, man, to share a little bit about how things were with us before. Because there's a lot of folks who see me now, they see the money, they see the success, but they don't understand that struggle and journey. So I'm going to highlight you for a second. He's probably going, why in the world you put me on it? But he's a Marine. He's always prepared, so it doesn't matter. For everyone, Mr. Jonathan Lomax, my brother from another mother. Floor is yours for the next couple minutes, my friend.
Hey, greetings, everybody. So first of all, thank you, my brother, for having me on. I
Absolutely.
appreciate it. Um, One of the things I want to start off with is something that we talked about a very long time ago, is being independently free. The one thing that we all strive to do and strive to be at some point in our lives, you know. So and watching you go from heartbreak to trials and tribulations to trying to figure it out to scratching and scraping to, you know, just reinventing yourself but never quitting. Brought my hats off to you and I applaud you. And then incorporating, which is very difficult for a lot of people to do, incorporating your family into your success. Most of the time, people have a tendency of getting success and leaving their family behind, chasing after the dream. And so you have people being, you know, neglected, so to speak. And from the moment, bro, I watched you, everything that you've done, the missus and the baby girl have always been a part of. And my hat's off to you for being a a husband and a father and a businessman simultaneously. That is a rare trait to have and something very difficult to do, and you have done it. And I knew it wasn't easy, but you have done it seemingly. So my hats off to you for that. Um, if there's anything that I know about Owen, is that he strives to be free. We all do. We want to get to that point where we have independent money, where we can move how we want to move, do what we want to do, say what we want to say, and be good with. And he has put himself in a position to do just those things. So I appreciate um, him for staying to be an example for anybody who wants to come and follow that. And as always, we always say, I'm only as strong as my weakest link. And you've got a whole bunch of strong links around you and behind you. And brother, I appreciate you for it. So, you know,
Absolutely. Thank you,
this
bro.
is 20 plus years of in the making, and you've done it. You've done it well. So please, by all means, pay attention. There are things that you can learn, things that you can take in. If nothing else, if you don't get nothing else out of what he's saying, believing in yourself is the biggest point. Whatever it is that you do, whether you're in business with him, whether you're not in business, if you don't believe in yourself, you'll never make it anywhere.
Absolutely.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Round of applause. I was like, please stop, because you know you're about to get me all emotional over here. I'm like, I'm trying to be all excited. It's like, now I'm like, I should not have made that call, but it doesn't matter. We move and we communicate. So thank you. I appreciate it. Now you got me all warm and fuzzy. So you guys, this presentation just changed. So it's all good. We're gonna move with it anyways. That's how I operate. You guys are gonna know. That's Afia knows me. I'm the person that says, I'm sorry, I don't ask for permission. I always ask for forgiveness like 3-4 times. And she'll have to tell me to fix and correct something like on the fly. But I'll say this, biblically, I'm like David. Y'all know David, King David, was so amazing, right? King David committed every sin known to man, probably, but he did it once. Every time he did something wrong, he asked for forgiveness, never did it again. He was just exploring as a child. And once we read the story, you can't explore anymore because now you've been highlighted on what to do. So I didn't get to make some of those mistakes he made because of reading his story. So I'm glad, but I still got a lot of my own to make. And between my wife and Afia, man, they'd be like, it's like my head is a ping pong ball. This side of the fence, that side of the fence, this side of the fence. Afia took it to another level, though. I'm gonna tell y'all, and she always tells people I'm lying, but it's the truth. Y'all know me. I don't lie. Okay. So she choked me out one time. Anna smacked me, but she choked me out. And if y'all know about Brandon has video proof. We just gotta wait. Brandon's gonna get it. So without any further ado, I'm not
There
gonna give
is
any more
no proof.
That's what she said. I'm gonna find that video and show you guys. But y'all, I'm gonna jump into instead of kind of sharing, I'm gonna do this a little different. I'm gonna go to the website and just because I'm so excited and what Jonathan just shared, my brain is going all over the place. So I'm gonna calm myself down. I'm gonna watch this video. Let's go to the website. I'm gonna share it. I put this video together to launch a talk about the opportunity. Can you guys see my screen? Yeah, if you can, drop a 1 in the comment. And for those who are on Facebook, you guys can drop a 1 in the comment. You can see the screen. Okay, awesome. You guys can see it. And let me know if I see the ones. Perfect. All right. So this video is going to explain all about the Underdog Millionaire Business Network. And then I'm going to jump into a few other things and share the presentation, launch it, and let you know what it's all about. But this, for those of you who are here, I want you to listen to everything that I'm sharing in the video. And at the end, when the presentation is done as well, we're going to open up for some questions, but we're looking to really lock arms with those of you who are looking to build a significant change in your life and business and income and do it together as a community. Here's what's standing between you and next level growth and next level income. If you want to break through your business plateau, then listen to everything I'm going to share with you here in this exciting message today, because it can possibly change your life. My fellow entrepreneurs, my name is Dr. Obom Bowen, and I'm the founder and creator of the Underdog Millionaire Business Network. You see, there comes a time in every expert's life when you have to stand up and say, enough is enough. And that's the day when you decide to change your life for the better, getting to the next level in your business. And like many of you, I know exactly what that's like. Before I made millions of dollars, I spent a lot of time in the Marine Corps just thinking about it. I took countless courses to increase my intelligence and master my life. I've earned multiple degrees. I have a doctorate in medicine, a doctorate in theology, I have a PhD in human behavior, and a PhD in psychology. That's a lot of education, but the problem was I wasn't really thinking about building a massive business back then, okay? Sure, all my military experience and all my degrees with leadership and the accolades that I had then made it look like I was serious, but in truth, that fearless dedication made me look pretty serious, but I never took business action on most of it. I mean, technically, I dabbled at best. I did things like I sold supplies to a lot of Marines that I know and made profit for it. I even out-earned a lot of my superiors with some of my side hustles. I'm sure some of you can relate, but I really never got serious enough about it to really make a significant difference in my life. So to change that life, something had to happen, and something did happen that rocked me to my core. One day it seemed like everything was fine. I was married, had children, and the career in the Marine Corps. But then suddenly, without warning whatsoever, I got blown up in Iraq for the 3rd time. I mean, technically, we were already at war, so it wasn't like it just happened out of nowhere. But you get my point. My marriage was over, I was in shambles, and I ended up homeless, living in my car for 5 long years. I can't even begin to share with you the trauma that shook me to my core, and I really That was my proverbial wake up. But suddenly I realized I had to be financially stable or I was going to lose everything. In fact, for a while I did. You can bet I got really serious really quick and stopped messing around. I stopped dabbling for the most part of it. And then I started applying everything I learned about personal development, growth, and success. All this was still while I was living in my car with my girlfriend at the time. Thank God she's a keeper, because 20 years later, that woman is my wife today. As you can guess, it wasn't always easy. I quickly found out that the learning curve is steep when you're trying to secure your future through trial and error. I made a lot of mistakes, wasted a lot of time and money, but I did it. I did it all in 5 years. I went from broke, homeless, multimillionaire, and multi-millionaire mentor. What did it for me more than anything else was being a part of several exclusive networks, high-ticket coaching, and 3 very exclusive mastermind communities. I'm telling you all of this because 23 years later, I have recreated it all under one banner, and that banner is the Underdog Millionaire Business Network. So today, I'm personally inviting you to join this elite business community today. Why? That's a fair question. Well, why not? But if you're tired of doing what most entrepreneurs and so-called business owners are doing today, which is literally what? It's a combination of spamming folks online in their DMs, setting up calls to quote unquote get to know each other, right? When you're all just wasting each other's time and patience, nobody's selling anything, am I right? Listen, what you've really accomplished in that time is wasting your precious resource, the most important one, and that's your time. So why join us? It's a fair question, like I said earlier. Listen, first of all, people pay to pay attention. We're a paid community, understanding that, so no one is here to play games with you or your money. The Underdog Millionaire Business Network is about 5 specific things in our core ethos. So let me break those down for you. Number 1, unparalleled connection. That means you're going to be meeting some of the top entrepreneurs in their space as you are in yours. Number 2, growth. Growth is that thing that you consistently do to remove yourself from your current comfort zone. And if you're currently earning, let's say, $1 million a year, there's nowhere you're moving to 5 or 10 without the help of an expert community. So you won't find anyone here feeling sorry for themselves, but you will find others who will lift you up and help you grow. Number 3, influence. Influence is the ability to get others to do and achieve something they never would have done without you helping them to do it. And I've personally built and sold over 100 different businesses successfully and was able to influence the right actions with people to do so. Number 4 is masterminding. Hands down, we do some of the best masterminding in the world. I teach my coveted patent framework that I've taught to Walmart stores, Jafra Cosmetics, Walgreens, and Chevron. Here's the deal. If I can move the needle for those multi-billion-dollar brands, imagine what we can do together. Number 5, success. Success is simply achieved through discipline and consistency. We're going to teach and demonstrate the right mindset, the right skill set, and the right action steps consistently. When compounded over time, it will bring success. So if you're looking for that, when you have unparalleled connections with entrepreneurs who are all about growing themselves, growing their income, and growing in a community, guess what? You can't help but grow your own influence. And by masterminding with them, it's impossible not to succeed, okay? So I'm gonna ask you this as we get ready to wrap this up. Are you ready to make those unparalleled connections? If you are, say yes. Are you ready to increase those personal financial growth for yourself and others? And are you ready to increase your influence like never before? Last one, are you ready to attend one of our next all-inclusive mastermind that drives success for you and others to the level you know you deserve? If you are, I'm personally inviting you to fill in the information below to join the Underdog Millionaire Business Network with us today. Here's the thing. We're going to be meeting and teaching twice a week. We're going to connect and grow. One of the biggest advantages you'll have as being part of our community is the weekly hot seats that we have, where me and my CEO will help you with your business and your brand. My one-on-one clients play upwards of $100 grand. For that privilege alone is worth it. The other advantage is one of our week-long masterminds in Mexico at the highest level. You can connect with us and others. So let's have a conversation and see if we're a fit for you right now. If not, that's okay. And here's what's that is it. If it's not a fit, that's okay. I'm not the guy that tries to make the square peg fit in the round hole. I used to do that back in my days until my mentor taught me that amateurs convince and professionals sort. But as you guys can see, I am so passionate and I'm so fired up. And now that I've had those like 8 minutes to calm myself down after Jonathan almost made me cry, it's good. Good to see my dear friend Iris join us in. Good to see you, girl. It's been a while. That's my other sister from a different mister right there, Road Doggish. We it's so crazy because all right, I'm gonna go around here for a sec for a few of you guys. Iris, I met through a mastermind. Lee, through a event / mastermind. Jonathan, Marine Corps, right? Daniel, via a mastermind friend and connector who put the two of us together. Chandra, well, Chandra I met when I was speaking at an event that for some folks, and she just became a superstar, following most of the stuff we did, came out to one of our masterminds, and now she is she's a writer, author, ghostwriter, and those of you sometimes you have a book in you but don't want to write it yourself, this chick is your help right there, right? Pastor Jesse, man, okay, so recently, God's funny, just so y'all know, recently Pastor Jesse had a vision, posted it on Facebook, and apparently the Lord needed for us to meet. So I saw his stuff and reached out, and that's how we met. Michael Darrow, Navy, we met in another opportunity almost 20-something years ago. And Miss Sean Pearson, who I just reunited, and it feels so good, like 30 minutes ago, we met at an event in Mastermind. Right, Miss Alethea, we met through another community, right? And Mr. Matt Dillingham, basically same thing. I share that going through with everyone here, and I don't want to go too long, so we stretch this out to share what I'm offering through the community here with the launch. As for years, and I actually heard it again today, for years, a lot of folks have told me, like, man, you're such a great resource, such a great resource, such a great resource. And I have in my life the stages, in a sense, let's call it beginner, intermediate, and advanced, when it comes to like wealth building, business building, and financial building, all that stuff. And over the years, it's always been, and I've launched different communities too for each of those. At this stage in my life, I'm looking to build this community that's based on those 5 principles. Integrity is the way we're choosing to do it. So as I had mentioned in the video, when it comes to those unparalleled connections, I have some amazing connections. Over the years, I've connected and collected, and it's not about me. It's about some of those connections that I have unparalleled relationships with that are intimate, the connections they have, the growth that we can do together, the influence that they can bring, the masterminding that we do together. And mastermind is literally when 2 or more mind comes together, it creates a third more powerful mind. My final phase of life here as I go is really creating a community that entrepreneurs can come and grow. And one of the things that we're going to talk about, I'm going to demonstrate something probably in about 5 minutes for you all, is my favorite piece. And it's this. In the Bible, in the book of John, chapter 10, verse 10 says, like, the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy, but I am come to give you life that you live it abundantly, right? And through his promises, he's never went back on any of them. He's never reneged. God's never been a reneger, never. And that just came across, the last part of that just didn't even sound right. Anyways, he never reneged on anything. But most importantly, he provides for us through it, Jonathan got that joke. See, some of you guys don't know me long enough to really pick up on that. I'll leave you. Okay, all right, y'all got it. Sweet. Anyways, right? He does provide, and my grandmother always used to say this: God provides for diligent hands. So whatever you ask for, you have to be willing to work for, because if you don't get it and you don't have the mindset to keep it or the education to hold it, you will lose it. This is why those who win the lottery, within a matter of 3 to 5 years, they go back to being broke than they were before, because they didn't earn that money, don't know how to keep it. The number one skill of the wealthy, you get taking notes, write this down, is money management. So one of the things I'm tying into the community is our money management team, aka the Underdog Millionaire Business Network investment group, headed up by Mike Darwin, by the way. You know what, Mike? I didn't plan on it, and I didn't tell you. So now that I mention it, I'm going to highlight you for you to just talk about. You don't have to go into depth, just like 2 minutes, a piece of the investment piece. You all know the wealthy, right? Invests a lot using insurance and building wealth, but nobody ever really talks about it and teach you how to do it. The thing that kills most of us is we know all these things happen, but who teaches you how to do it and who shows you how to do it? Well, that's what our community is going to do. So I'm going to highlight, I'm going to pin Money Mike, as we know him as, to talk a little bit about. So in the community, we're going to be using one play that has 3 parts that's going to give you active income to build initially, to build passively, to build residually, and to build long-term. So Mike, tell him a little bit about the passive play. And here's the deal. Even if you know Mike and love him, Mike is not authorized to do this play for anybody else unless they're in the community. That's my bribe. You got to be in the community to do it. So we created this play that's going to make you wealthy. We're going to be teaching it in the community a lot and executing on it, because it's almost like the Illuminati. Just saying, but it's not. Don't quote me on that. It's almost like, it's not. So nobody quote me on that. We're going to create a very elite community. So Mike, tell them a little bit about the play, and from your perspective, how that's going to help a lot of our folks. Why am I doing this and haven't shared this, by the way? As an entrepreneur, a lot of us are in this to make a great deal of income. But if we don't protect our income as the asset it is, you won't make a lot of income. You'll just work for a lot of income, but you only generate a lot of income when your income, your asset, makes more little babies, all of them named Benjamin Franklin, for you. So Mike, share a little bit about the play we're going to use for the community.
And by the way, the Navy's always ready too. So since the Marine Corps does fall under the Navy,
Love it.
So
Yes,
I had to put that in there. So let me ask you a question. Basically, what are you currently utilizing that is a tax-free vehicle that allows you, one, to put money into it, be able to access that up to 90% of that money within a 90-day period, be able to take out a loan from the insurance company, so it's like the money has never even disappeared, utilize that money for your debts or for your business or for whatever else you need, and then at the same time still get the compound interest, still have the money growing for you, and continue that play over and over and over and over again. That's the play that we're looking at.
That's awesome. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that. I wanted to share that because I want you guys to also know this about the community. It's not only just about coming in and connecting and networking and attending and making some money. That's what we all do anyways. But when you earn the income, how do you protect your income? How do you protect yourself? How do you protect your family? Right? I have so much in the form of insurance and other plays for my wife, my kids, my businesses. We're going to show you how you can use your business to build and generate wealth, protect that money. And when it's done, how do you take it to the next level? And what's the next level? Legacy. I'm at that space in legacy now where, and I'm just going to be honest with you guys, this is not bragging. This is just sharing with you what I've done and what I've sacrificed. At one point, some folks know my story. I was homeless. You guys watch this. Some of y'all are going to like, what? I was homeless in my car for 5 years. However, I wasn't broke. I had money in the bank. hundreds of thousands of dollars in the bank. I had one of them in my, which I'm going to be teaching you guys. I have a half a day. I'm going to teach you my money system, which I've used for so long, right? And in that process of moving homeless, I went from my car, bought my house cash, then eventually used the money from there because the house was paid off, take it back out as equity and using and bought 2 more houses. And then have those houses paid off. And guess how many times I repeated that process? 50 times. I'm not that smart. I found one play that worked. So it's not just about building a network, connecting with entrepreneurs, making some money. It's about building a life, a lifestyle, and protecting it for the next generation to come. Why? Because the Bible says a good man, and he was talking about mankind, not just man, the guy with, not the guy, okay, mankind. A good man builds for his children's children. And I was fortunate enough to be able to accomplish that about 7 years ago. And now what we can touch, not principal interest for the next 127 years, that money keeps repeating. For those who want to learn that, we're going to be teaching that in the community. So it's not just about business, it's about securing your business and your lifestyle. So with that being said for a bit, I want to go through and slow down. Let me jump on here. You guys can see my screen again. I'm going to bring the presentation to just talk about it for a little bit in here. So the Underdog Business Network is really about the simplicity. You get to become part of a local network with a global reach. The purpose of this, so that I'm already out of the country, making more and more international connections, right? The members of our community around the world will meet in person and online to be able to pass and refer millions of dollars worth of referrals of business to each other. That's the sole purpose of it. It's not this craziness that we see most of the time. Like I said in the video, we're just meeting folks and trying to sell something. Here's the core. I'm going to pause here for a second. Here's the core of a network, right? The core of a network, if you get this concept, it's not to do business to your network. The core of a network is to do business through your network. Meaning that, let's say, for example, Lee, myself, Iris, or Derek, whomever, I build relationships with them. I get to know who they are, what they do. We meet often and find out more about each other. So it's easier. Like, for example, today, Lee introduced me to Sean because Sean is looking for something in her business that I might be able to fix. Whether I'm able to solve that problem or not, I've made another connection and I'm building another relationship. But to the two of us, Lee just became a hero. The beauty of your network is for you to connect each other together. But when you're building business through your network, who each know you every week, in a sense, when you go out and you're meeting people, they might not be a fit for your business, but it's easy for you to say, you know what? I have a guy in my network, Jesse, that you need to connect with. I know you're getting ready to do X, Y, and Z. I'm going to put you guys together. Now you just became a hero to Jesse and Asher. If it was Asher you're connecting him with, they both love you. Do you know what the biggest bank account is that I've built? It isn't the ones that's held by Navy Fed and the other banks that I bank with. It's what I call my favor bank account. So the cool part is I love people owing me favors. And for most of the favors that I have, favors I haven't collected on in years. Most of the times I use a favor, it's I'll use a favor for Daniel to connect him with Amy, and those two are connected and they both feel great and I feel like a champ. I'm their superhero. And now I still got 2 favors owed instead of 1. And then one day Amy's going to be like, I made this other cake. I know you like brownie. And she's going to give me a free brownie that I didn't even have to pay for. She knows how I love my brownie points. Anyway, so that's the purpose of building through your network instead of to your network. What's the point? The point is always, most people are always, oh, I'm getting to these groups and I'm going to sell these guys on this. No, you're going about it all wrong. Look, let's say your network has 100 people and you sign them all up as a client. Yay, Macarena, you got 100 clients, that's it. But if you have 100 referral agents, who bring you 5 clients. You just got 500 clients through your network. But I'm also not saying that you're not going to do business in your network. Does that make sense? Why? Because the more you get to know, like, and trust and educate your network, the more you're going to get there. And that's one of the things we're going to do with a lot of the experts. And many of you are also going to have the opportunity. That's how everyone else in the community is going to get to know who you are. We're going to find your expertise and you're going to teach master classes. The master classes you're going to teach are going to exemplify and highlight who you are and what is it you do. So when members in the community are looking for you and that expertise, they know exactly who to connect with. And at times, if they're a little afraid to connect with you directly, it's always, you have myself, you'll have members of the team, Afia, Mike, and who to do an introduction. But when you reach out to connect with others in the network, for those of you who's going to say yes today, because we're going to ask you to join, I'd love for everyone here to say yes. We're also, at the end, I'm going to tell you guys about it. We're launching this part of the network that's going to be fun. And that's being a brand ambassador with us to help build the brand. Everyone you refer to the network, okay, is going to be, we're going to generate and give you 20% of their membership fee to say thank you, because we didn't have to market and advertise for it. You brought it in. So you get to grow your income as you grow the network. Why be generous and do what other people don't do? Well, because a happy client and a happy customer lives in the same world. You guys know what that is? Happyville. Happyville is a really good place to be. I've been living in Happyville for a very long time. It's a lot of the stuff we do for free anyways, right? So when you think of the community, this is what we're looking to offer. So back to the point, it gets you to build a professional network. That's building a trusted network of growth-minded professionals. Now, sometimes some of this, I have to pause. I say growth-minded. My language is very intentional. There's so many of us out there, we want to get around like-minded people. No, you don't. Like-minded people are stuck in the same place, not moving forward. Crabs in a bucket. Every time you make them feel uncomfortable, they try to pull you back. And some folks are not comfortable enough of letting you win. So they pull you back. That's why I said growth-minded, because growth is a thing that you consistently do to remove yourself from your current comfort zone, whether that's earning $1 million a year, a month, a week, a day, an hour. Fortunately, I've been blessed to being able to accomplish all of those in a bit. And at the core, I haven't changed who I am. I'm still a goofy same person who almost everybody knows me. Like, y'all know it was coming sometime later, one or another. Everybody who knows me, no, there's only 2 things I'm focused on that I've reduced my life down to now. It's food and sex. That's it. Fortunately, right? Living the resort life, it's given me the ability to do that. I eat to get enough energy to perform the second function, right? It's all good. Now, why is that different? Because I'm probably one of the only people that's ever going to openly address it. Not everybody might like the way things are for me, but yes, Alethea, growth-minded is the most important piece. So when you have an entire network with growth, and you know what? Some folks don't like when I talk about it, but you know what? They didn't get here by osmosis. They got here because mom and dad got a little serious that one night, and they did the horizontal mambo, and you were impregnated, and here you are, right? So anyways, don't let me go down that rabbit hole, right? I get too excited, and then I saw my wife just now too, so it's all, anyway, and we've been at the gym a lot, and she, man, woo, anyways, she's looking finer than wine, and I ain't in the mood of drinking. Anyways, entrepreneurs and coaches, you get to find your place among world leaders. That's what the business network is about. So why join us? Because it's where successful entrepreneurs like yourselves get to connect, learn, and grow together. Here's the deal. Once you check your ego in the door, like you could walk up to anywhere in life, put your ego in your trunk of your car, leave it open. Nobody's going to take it. When you're open to learn and grow, everyone wins. So you get to participate in this global community for entrepreneurs, by entrepreneurs, designed to help you as a business owner. And when you look at getting that done as a leader, it helps you and your business go to the next level. And you get to discover the power of shared experiences, not just your own. world-class resources, and a network that spans the globe, right? What we offer is your ability. We focus the support on the whole entrepreneur. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pause here, not for me. The whole entrepreneur. Afia, I'm going to have you speak to this, because this young lady and I have been focusing on the whole entrepreneur concept. We have taken so many other, we've joined several coaching programs in the first year of launching Underdog Millionaire, masterminds, which you name it. We've invested almost 90% of the money we made in the company back into ourselves to find out that some people are just playing business. They're not doing business, focusing on the whole person as the entrepreneur. So that's what we're focused on. So I'm going to have her speak on that, because she's my business partner. And sometimes when y'all think like I'm the one that's, I'm just a face, y'all. I'm just a face. She's a great deal of the brain. So Afia, talk to us a little bit about the whole entrepreneur and why we're focusing on that and what we're going to be doing for the Underdog Millionaire Business Network.
It would help if I wasn't on mute. So absolutely. So focusing on the whole entrepreneur means that we advances your family, your fitness, and your fun. One of the things that was different about the Millie Club than the other masterminds that we had been a part of was that it wasn't so pigeonholed into one area, where if somebody didn't have the personal development, it would have been like almost impossible for them to succeed, and that just wasn't being addressed. Another thing is a lot of the programs that we were in, they were pieced together from other programs that we had also been in. For those of you that have internet marketing experience, you probably know who Frank Kern is. You know, he's like the Uncle Frank. Fun fact, I did try to add him as my uncle on Facebook. It didn't happen, but Uncle Frank gets ripped off a lot. And one of the coaching programs that we were in, a high ticket coaching program, a reputable coaching program, was basically just a ripoff of all of Frank Kern's stuff. And that happens all over the place. In order for personal development to be genuine, and in order for it to be something that's really going to work for people, you have to do the work, and you have to put together your program and be genuine about wanting to teach people and wanting to help people grow. And that's something that's going to be different about the business network, as well as a hard lesson that we had to learn just from our experiences is it's important to be transparent and upfront with the amount of work that it's going to take on yourself in order to get the result that you're looking for, including being able to work through your network, as Dr. Obom was saying, as opposed to just coming into these groups looking for business, looking for clients. That's not the point. So when we look at the whole person, that's definitely the change that we're looking to implement, is addressing everything that's going on, not just the needs of the business or the needs of the revenue, but the need for growth, for genuine growth. So back to you, Bob.
Absolutely. Thank you, Vanna. You are the best as we continue to wave. And next up on The Price is Right. I'm just kidding. But she's absolutely right. What we've created is something very unique. So we believe that the magic actually comes from the continuous sharing of your journey and the collective wisdom of learning from each other together. Like, I'm never going to be the smartest person in the room. I'm further along in my process for most folks. I'm not better than anybody. I'm just further along in my process for different things. And I could share from my vantage point. You share from your vantage point. One of the things Afia will tell you is I am a constant student of life, business, and love, and everything else that's out there. So I'm always going to be focusing on learning. So because of that, bi-weekly, right? Like every week, we're going to be sharing where you get a chance to spend less time actually searching for the connections and focusing on connecting and creating those meaningful relationships. We're going to be teaching, and that's going to be Wednesday. So Wednesdays and Fridays are the days we're going to be connecting. Wednesdays are going to be more teaching, developing, mindset, and training. Fridays are going to be those hot seats I talked about in the videos. You get a chance to sit down and connect with Afia and myself. We're going to do a lot of that in the community, so a lot of us can actually see how actual coaching and consulting at a high level is done. But we're not going to just coach and consult. We're going to give you implementable, actionable steps that you can take. And as I said before, That's what folks pay me upwards of $100,000 for very easily, but we're going to do that. And if I'm being completely honest with you guys, one of the main reasons why we're going to do it is to see about qualifying you if you're going to be one of those businesses that might be able to go to the next level with us. If you are, great. The other reason is so that we can help your business. But the third is for our own selfish reason as we partner. For some of you may not know this. I currently have over 253 business partnerships, partnering anywhere from 10, 30, or 50%. The Underdog Millionaire Business as itself is one of my 50% business dealings. Afia is the CEO, runs the day-to-day, slaps me around, chokes me out, tells me what to do, but we split profits down the middle, right? So out of all those, the percentages are partnerships based on my level of involvement with those businesses. So that's one of the times sometimes we'll be able to see if you're a good fit for partnership, or you're a fit for coaching or mentorship, or you're a fit just for consulting, or maybe we're just going to help you in the community to grow. But by doing so, yes, that's my own selfish reason, because here's where I make the money. It's not from the membership. It's not from this stuff. It's from when I do the big, and here's the deal. If it's a 10% partnership, I want my 10% to be big. Okay. Same as the Lord, but hell, listen, people think sometimes like, Doctor, it can't be that easy. Yeah, I don't, there's no, in fact, I'm not even wearing sleeves. There's nothing up my sleeves. I'm telling you up front what I'm planning on doing. So when you understand that, I'm teaching you business at a high level that most people don't. There's always an ulterior motive, and we're not about that. We're about getting to the next level. So understanding that, the next piece is one of our, with membership, depending on if you just want to join the community, you can do so. If you join the community and the mastermind, you get to come and spend 7 days in Cancun, where we're going to meet once a year. Now, here's the deal. We're going to do several of these a year, but you get to attend one as part of the membership. You can do multiple of them. It's up to you, but your membership will hold one if you want to do the mastermind. But you get to connect and collaborate and grow together with the right people faster at our week-long retreats. And trust me, we take out all the stops. I know, as a matter of fact, who actually Mike, yeah, Mike's, I think, the only person here that's been to one of the events. So you know what? I'm going to use Mike to tell you guys what some of those events are like. You guys, as you can probably see, there's a theme, right? Mike's already been called up in class twice. That's because we've been playing with Mike, and I get to know what Mike's doing. So Mike gets to play in class, and you're like, how does he keep calling with Mike? Because we hang out a lot. We do stuff a lot. We brought, I'll say this though, Mike's, you know, most of us, like our wives, they do their own thing. His wife is extremely quiet, don't mess with nobody. But when she came out to Cancun and spent a week with us, her and my wife was best of friends. And man, I'll say this about Mike, talk about, because these are all inclusive, just so you guys know. Emphasis on the all inclusive with the food. Mike, for like 23 years, have been trying to put on weight. He is never successful until he spent a week in Cancun. He left weighing like 12 pounds extra. So, Mike, tell him about that experience, which, by the way, now is running his own retreats coming up soon this year. So, Mike, I'm going to turn it back over to you for a bit, buddy.
Okay, no problem. So, yeah, the first thing, like Dr. Obom said, is, yeah, my wife definitely connected and loves Dr. Obom too, and that is a rarity as well. So that just tells you a lot in itself. But being able to, from day one, get picked up from the airport, you don't have to worry about anything. You get taken out to the resort, you check in, you have 24 hours a day room service. That's where the pounds came on. Trust me. Plus the special cocktails that you have to be there to understand what it's all about. One of my more favorite drinks now. So, but you also you just get treated like royalty at the resorts. And as far as the masterminds that we've done in the past in Orlando, it's next level, because most masterminds, you're not bringing kids, you're not bringing spouses, you know, they're there, they're interacting, you know, and you get to learn from them as well. I mean, Afia's daughter's amazing, and Miracle and all that, right? So you're all there as a family and you're learning, and it's a great environment to take your business to the next level, collaborate, you know, have business deals. You know, from the Cancun trip, my whole thing was, well, what am I going to work on next? Well, just recently re-engaging, you know, my trip is who loves golf, you know, so let's combine golf with financial wealth strategies, right? So doing both of those and masterminding and getting like-minded, but also people that are cooperative, you know, because those that are only listen to WIIFM, what's in it for me, they're not welcome, or they filter themselves out, right? It's what can you do to help someone else grow? So that's what this is all about, is that community is helping each other grow, being able to build those relationships. And these are relationships that last forever. I've known Obama and his wife for 20 plus years now, right? And whoever thought that we would be working business together, because we were competitors in the same essence, right? In the other business. So that's what you get when you come in the table. And those of you that already know him, you know what he's bringing to the table as well. So
thank you, Mike. Appreciate that. I'm so excited, man, because I know Mike for years. By the way, round of applause. Like it's already, this is what a round of applause look like. It's an applause in a circle. Yay, round of applause for Mike. Mike's always been trying to gain weight. And God's so funny. Again, God's got jokes, always got jokes. It's like all the big folks like me, right? Guys, big bone folks like us. Derek, you know what I'm talking about. We look at food and we add on pounds. Mike just tries to pile it on and it just goes right through, right? Until so for him to bulk up, just come live here, man. It's all good. It's gonna go. But that's what it was, as he said. The 24-hour room service, we got done. So here's what we did. We finished our day, didn't matter, whatever. We went to dinner, we had fun, had a blast. Amy, you know I love me some desserts. He got into the crazy desserts over there, girl. It was insane. Then we went and watched some shows. We had some drinks. We hang out afterwards, had some more to eat and snack. Then we went back to our room. And if you watch a show or whatever, they're up late, right? Because we don't do get up early. For those of you who are at the 5 a.m. club, God bless you. I'm done with that nonsense. That was 20 years of my life in the Marine Corps. I don't wake up till 8:30, okay? So we get up and then we go to the gym and get done. So most of the times they're ordering room service right around the time Miracle gets hungry. My daughter gets hungry at midnight. So whatever you eat after that, that's what stays on. And that's what Mike got to learn that time. You order it from midnight, between midnight to 2 o'clock, you're going to put on some pounds and some weight. So he left and his clothes was feeling all kind of tight. I love it. But not that we're advertising come get fat, but the opportunity is there if you want to beef up. Anyways, let's get back to this at hand before I sidetrack, because I squirrel a lot. The ability to have increased income and what's best about it. Our best expert advice, mine, Afia's, and all the experts from our investment group on how to grow your business, whether it's attracting new customers, keeping existing customers happy, and having the capital to do it, which is key. Mike is the capital king and our passive queen. When you guys get a chance to meet, Sarai will do that for you. And Matt will help you with your credit, which is important for many, well, not many, all entrepreneurs. It's the opportunities you get to connect and collaborate with the community members that is amazing, that is going to help your business more than anything else. So I say, and I'm biased to it, we're the best solution to where you can build a relationship with your peers across the globe, have the conversations that you can have. And listen, you can't have some of the conversations you want to have anywhere else except for this community, because people are just like you. They know what you're going through, been there, done that. Some of them got the t-shirts, right? And you can make those connections that help you unlock next level growth. But you get to learn, you get to access world-class education from renowned visionaries and those events that are tailored to you. You get to grow your business. You'll grow as fast as you can level up. Let's say this part again. You get to grow as fast as you can level up. Some of us, we get frustrated with our level of growth and our ability to grow, not understanding that you grow as fast as you're able to level up, which means as your ability to accept discomfort. Whether that's in your business, whether that's in your relationship, when you're able to accept different levels of discomfort, you're able to grow. I was able to accept the levels of discomfort living in my car for a very long time to be able to put the money away, because at one point living in California, I realized I rented an apartment, and 3 weeks into renting that apartment, I realized I was working so much that it was going to cost me $65,000 for the year to pay rent plus food and gas and light and cable and all this stuff. And I have been able to get home till about 2 in the morning to then leave around 4:30. For what? I thank God for the angel he sent me. I'm still trying to find my wife's wings, because listen, how many of y'all women, you get with this guy, finally he buys a place, and then 3 weeks he turns the place back over, don't tell you, and you end up back homeless again. Yeah, that's the kind of woman I married. I dropped my wife off at work and then picked her back up, and we drove past the exit. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I forgot to tell you. So I turned over the apartment back today because I realized it's going to cost us way more money. We could save $65,000 this year if we give up the apartment. Listen, she didn't call 1-800-CHOKE-A-FOOL, but she said, and she listened to my plan. But by the end of that year, the remaining $65,000, and here's the deal, I learned a $3,500 lesson. Because when I made the down payment, the deposit, you guys know they don't give you that back if you break the lease early, right? They don't. That was a $3,500 lesson plus the $1,750 for rent and all this stuff. So I was looking at like, man, I was starting to make money. That's the problem with most people also. When they start living and earning this amount of money, they bring their lifestyle up to that level. You're just broke at a higher level. So I put the money, I started, Amy's laughing, but that's just all that was. When I realized that, I put the money back, and listen, people's like, why do I love my wife so much? Because if y'all know some of the crap I put this woman through, only God's got her here. You know, one of those things like God's got him. God's had me for a long time, because Anna would have left me 6 ways till Sunday. Thank God tomorrow is Sunday and she's still here today. Anyways, with that being said, you got to develop your mindset and scale your business through peer support and expert guidance. The community is going to help you. I'm going to help you. We're going to bring other helpers that's going to do the same. So the take action portion is really this. My goal is to help you join our community and be in a community that you could be proud of. Now is your moment that you have that chance to build a better business. So I want to talk to you about that, where you get a chance to increase your income, your reach, and your influence. But it's a quick and easy process to do it. And I'll show you guys how it is, right? In our community, it's really all about family. This is what it's always been about. Look at Afia's daughter, I believe. How old was Imani there? Was she like 9 or, I think she was 9 or 10 there, Afia? Yeah? She was like 9 or 10. I think she's like 15 now. Miracle was barely 2 here. She's 6 now, right? But it's a family. We get to watch and grow up with each other. So here's what I said. As we come to a close here, we're going to open up for questions in a little bit. I want to walk you guys through the website real quick to show, for those of you who say yes and have questions, I would love to have you all say yes. If you know anything about Harv Eckert, he used to play this song, I got a millionaire mind, I say yes to success, right? I got a millionaire mind, I say yes. We want you to say yes. Have no qualms about it. This is my chance to sell you, but my sales pitch, trust me, is not that good and it's not that bad either. So this is the website. For those of you who want to, Afia, can you drop the website in the chat? Those of you who want to on Facebook, you'll see the video. It tells about us for you to become part of this year-long mastermind network. And it is a community and a mastermind. You guys can read through, in a sense, everything that we've said. I'm not going to share you this video. It's a 9-minute video, but it shows you an example pieces of the mastermind, one of them that we've done before, and it's going to help you. It tells all about it. We're going to have a book club. You're going to learn from the Underdog investment, right? There's more testimonials from folks who've built in our Millie Club community and their masterminds community before, which you'll get a chance to join many of them as we build through. So the website is filled and laden with stories. I promise you this. Okay. I'm going to go through a bribe for you guys here. For those of you who don't know, Dr. O loves bribes. If you go through this website and you look at, well, here's how I'm going to know you did. You have to look at every video and take a note from every video, because the videos have the names. You make a note from each video that you watch and send it to me. I'm going to look at it and I'm going to gift you a trip to Cancun for 2. you and someone you love or someone you want to love. That's my bribe. And at that point, you'll be like, hey, Dr. O, thanks for the vacation. I'm not joining the network. Bye, Felicia. I'm good with that too. Here's the deal. You would have went through, and after you read the whole website, went through those videos and hear what everyone has to say, those files are with you mentally. And whenever you get to a point in your life where you need the help that the community will support to you, you can come back. Baby, come back. I'll tell you, when you come back, the price to join the community might not be the same then, but it will be what it will be then. So I'm just letting you guys know, right? But it's there. But if you want a free vacation, just do that. It's like homework. I love to bribe. Like, I am the king of bribes. I bribed my wife. Listen, y'all know why my wife is there. Like, she actually believed me. And thank God I'm a man of my word. I told her, I was like, listen, I'm going to give you a life where you ain't never have to work another day in your life and do nothing at all. And came 2012, I've retired my wife since 2012. She doesn't do anything. She believed me, and now that's the life she's living. So she believed me then, and I bribed her. So, but you know what I get? Guess what I get? I only want one thing out of that equation. Y'all know it. Woo! Listen, all the guys know what I'm talking about. Ladies do too, but it's all good. So you know what? I am going to have you guys watch one video though at the bottom of it, there's a no-brainer offer I didn't tell you guys about. Here's a no-brainer offer for any of our masterminds and everything else that we ever do and any of our other programs. Once you're a community member, you get 20% off, right? Disclaimer, you got to be a member first though. I am going to share this testimonial. I was thinking about this. Last one down here from Russ. Actually, I'll just have Russ share what he's going to share.
My name is Russ Ward, and I wanted to make a video testimonial for Dr. Obom and the Millie Club. So I had a Zoom call with Dr. Obom a couple of weeks ago, and quite honestly, it was just a favor he did for me. I met him at a networking event, and I reached out to him and I said, hey, you know, I have some issues I'm going through. Is it possible you could just do a call with me real quick just to hear what I'm going through and see if anything you offer can help me out? And so he actually so graciously offered to jump on a Zoom call. So between then and now, that initial Zoom call I did with Dr. Obom, he helped me get so straight on exactly what I want and need to be doing. I got singularity of focus. My mindset completely changed. And in just a couple of weeks since I had that initial Zoom call with Dr. Obom, I brought in over $12,000 in cash collected. And really all I did was I focused on one thing. And how I was able to do that was Dr. Obom helped me go through everything that I know how to do, everything that I offer in my business. And by the way, I'm a digital marketer, so I advertise in all these different niches. And so what we focused down on was the solar niche. And that was what I'm best at. That's what most profitable for me. And Dr. Obom said, listen, here's the path to do that. Just follow this path, believe in yourself, raise your prices. And Dr. Obom actually helped me increase my prices by 3.5 times. And I didn't have the ability to do that before. I didn't have the confidence to do that. And he said, what's wrong with you, man? You have the testimonials, you have the skills. All you need to do is have the self-belief and a plan to do it. So I just want to say thank you so much to Dr. Obom. I want to say thank you to the Millie Club because I joined the Millie Club as well. And also Afia is part of the Millie Club and she's partners with Dr. Obom and she's been so supportive and helpful as well. I want to say thank you to Afia as well. So if you are somebody who is just looking for a direction in your business or you're just starting out, Dr. Obom and Afia, I mean, they're just amazing people. They have a big, beautiful heart between the two of them, and it comes from a place of service. Dr. Obom is one of the most successful humans I've ever met, and he took an hour out of his day and jumped on a Zoom call with me, and he didn't know if I'd ever buy anything from him, and he quite honestly didn't care. I was just somebody who reached out and said, I just need your help, and he wanted to help me. These are people who care about you and they care about your success. And if you join the Millie Club and if you join the Minting Millionaires Club, which I later joined, and you start working together with Dr. Obom and Afia, I mean, it's just a world of difference. I went from not knowing where my next sale was going to come from to very confident that every day or couple of days, I'm going to make a $4,000 sale. So again, thank you, Millie Club. Thank you all the people in the Millie Club. Thank you, Dr. Obom. Thank you, Afia. I really appreciate everything. You've made a world of difference for me in my business and my family, quite honestly, going forward. God bless.
Thank you, Russ. God bless you too, my brother. I'll say this, guys. We're in the home stretch. Thank you, Amy Wright. Round of applause for that one. I love those, man. Changing people's lives is what it's all about. This part of life for me, because those who know me for a long time, like I've been through the ish, right? And get there. And now I want to be able to serve and give back. One of the things I'm going to do, as he was going through that testimony, I'm like, was about to wrap it up, but if you guys can bear with me, I'm gonna share one more testimonial from someone else on the surface, because he said something that reminded me of something one of the young ladies said, and it's on the other sales page. I'm gonna walk you guys through that and listen to that testimonial. And after that, then I'm gonna show you guys, if you want to get started, how to do it, and then we're gonna close out from there. Or before closing out, just answer any questions any of you might have. He's not on here, but I was looking at the comments on Facebook. Afia, Vinny is on Facebook. For those of you who don't know, Vinny's my favorite person on planet Earth. I love that man. Shout out to you, sir. Love and appreciate you. Here's why he's my favorite person on planet Earth. You might say, but Doctor, aren't you married and love your wife? Yes, I do. If it wasn't for Vinny, I would have pulled the trigger and ended my life. He was a Marine for 30 years, him and his wife. There are a couple of things that they did that's helped me to just stay here. I love him tremendously. That's my first man crush right there. And so he was doing some comments. One of them, he's like, y'all better take that offer because it only come but once. And it's funny, he said it. Here's the deal. Vinny is the only person right now. I made an offer for a high ticket program years ago with a crazy stupid offer. I always do that when I'm launching something, right? And almost for like, I think 6 or 7 years, Vinny's still getting like sign up for that coaching offer. I'll tell you guys what it's like, $200 a month. And he have access to me anytime, always. I mean, one crazy offer. Folks thought I was, and then that offer eventually became 10 grand, right? Then it became 25 grand. And folks got into, Vinny's the only one to this day, and he'll tell folks that I will never let that go, because you know what happens with all the businesses he's launched with, and he owns a publishing company now, clothing line, this, like all this stuff. He can always reach over to me and Afia, and we're there as his personal coach. He's like, listen, I can stop paying a whole bunch of stuff, but I'm never stopping that one, right? And a lot of people have asked. I'm telling y'all, I will never make that offer again, just so you guys know. For anybody who's like, it's never going to happen. That is now known as the Vinny Cochran offer, never to be offered again to anyone else. Just so you guys know. Let me share this last testimonial, and then we wrap this stuff up. We'll open up for questions. But thank you guys so much. So when you go on the website, this is how it is, and you navigate it. You get down here. This first testimonial is the one I'm going to share with you guys. You go through, and then you get down to the bottom of the site. You see here, 34 more days left for the offer price that's here. And here, we'll talk about the offer here in a little bit, what it is. But I'm going to share this story. You see some tears here, and you'll see why here in a second, because this is one of the stories that touched my heart. That's why I put it at the top of this page here.
I would say the biggest takeaway is, well, know your audience. And obviously Obom knows his audience, because I'd say 90% of us took the same things away. You know, time management, distractions, taking action. I mean, I can't tell you how many times we had an idea, we thought it through, and then like there was no follow through. So I feel like a lot of it wasn't necessarily for me, it was for the group, but hearing everyone say they have the same problems, the same issues, I think that speaks a lot to Obom for knowing the audience, because sometimes you go to something, it's really good, you know, you'll maybe take some stuff from it, but you don't, like someone else said, you get overwhelmed when you get home and you don't follow through. But now that it's kind of like you see that other people have that same problem, that maybe there's hope to fix it. So, and I don't remember who it was, but when we came in Wednesday, I was hiding. And she came up and she said, "You look scared." And I was. I knew no one in this room except for Brandon and Obom, and I had met Anna on the phone. A lot of times we'll go to bigger conferences and I can hide. But so many people went out of their way to come talk to me, even though I was hiding, which helped me feel more comfortable to talk to people. My takeaway is I'm not alone in this. There are other people struggling with the same things. Like I said, 90% of us said the same things were our takeaways. And that's because Obom knew his audience. Like, he prayed about it. He had that leading from God, what he needed to touch on. And I think that when I leave here, I'm going to try and take action. I will take action on the plans and the things that we are going to do moving forward. Interacting with everybody, the atmosphere, the family atmosphere, I really enjoyed. I do feel like she said, I learned more because there was less distractions. You weren't worried about, like, you know, who's looking, who's doing what, like, is it time to eat? Like, there was less. There was more going on because the families were here, but at the same time, there was less going on that had my mind occupied elsewhere. So it did seem like I could focus more, not worrying about everything else. And anybody who's thinking about coming, I'd say, if you're thinking about it, pray about it. This, again, the people is what makes this. If you don't like the spirituality sense, if you are not ready to move, or if you're just not open to even hearing about something you could do better, then this is not a place for you to be, because you're just going to take a spot from somebody else who may need to be here more.
And we're going to stop it there for now. And she was right? Not everything is for everyone. And even though I want to help, especially everyone who's made it on here live today, some of you guys there on Facebook, we love to have it for every entrepreneur who's looking to build, grow, and scale. But we're not going to conform to going back to the lesser version of ourselves. So we know that not everything is for everyone, not all the time. Even for those of us who are believers, there's so many religions in the world, but Jesus only brought kingdom. Right? Religion is a set of things and actions. Kingdom is a whole different way of living. The Underdog Millionaire Business Network is about those entrepreneurs who are looking for those 5 key elements that I talked about earlier in the beginning of the video. And that is, if you're earnestly looking for those connections that are, in a sense, rivaled by anyone. When I say unparalleled, you can look up the definition, but an unparalleled connection is a connection like myself and Mike have. It is for years. Like every one of us here who's starting to build a relationship, whether we do business or not, I still like you, I still love you. It's not like the first life I lived in network marketing. Oh, you're not going to do my deal? You are the devil. We're done. No. If it's not for you, it's not for you. It doesn't mean that we have to break our relationship because whatever. Okay, so that's that. Those are unparalleled connections. Once it starts, that's the only way you can grow and that person can grow. And if you're going to grow your influence, the ability to get other people to do things they wouldn't have done if you're not going to be there, that's true leadership. So when we're able to mastermind together, we're going to do once a year in the membership, but there's going to be multiple opportunities to do those. You can't not have success with that happening. And lastly, we're opening this up for those who would like to be an ambassador with us. Here's what an ambassador is. I'm going to make this exception once just for those who are here live today. Anybody else? Sorry, not going to happen. So moving forward after today, only those who are live here, because you bought your time, I'm going to give you the opportunity. If you pause and say, you know what, hey, it's not for me right now. You looked on the website, you got 34 days to decide if you want to or not. But between now and the next 34 days, you can be an ambassador without being a member of the network. the ambassador is bringing someone to us that will say yes to the opportunity, and we're going to pay you 20% for that referral. After that, if you're not in the network, we'll pay you 10%. The additional 10% is when you're a member. That's only fair. Does that make sense? You got to be in to sell the product more effectively anyways. Like, I could sell the living daylights out of my wife because I know the product very well. However, I can sell her benefits, but she ain't never going to be bought by anybody else. I know she'll tell you. She'll be the first one to tell you that. I'm telling you. She is so hard-coded to me. It's unbelievable, right? So even if she decides to leave me, which she never will, she'll take half of everything. We've already written to that. And then I'm going to go on sad for the rest of my life. That's not going to happen. So I'm going to stay happy and be a good husband and keep practicing to be the best husband I can so she never leave me and slap me anywhere. And if you don't have to choke me and ask me, what were you thinking? Right? Then come back to one of them old country songs. What was I thinking? I don't know. Anyways, so none of that has to happen. But for everyone here, yes, I love and appreciate you guys. Thank you for your time, for being here. I would love to have you part of this launch, be part of the community, right? So if you look, when you look on the website, you'll see the cost of membership. There is no monthly payment. The cost of the membership is $2,500 for the year, or $8,500 for the mastermind plus the membership. Most of you who know about the masterminds that we do, it's 10 grand for the mastermind itself. So Dr. O, like, the price is already discounted in there for those who didn't catch that. Ta-da, just so you guys know, right? You might ask, well, why not monthly payments, Dr. O? I am starting the community with the right mindset. Here's why. If you pay the $2,500, if you have the money, you pay the $2,500, you're here for the year committed. Most people have a month-to-month mindset, so they want a monthly piece, and they'll show up. It starts to build taker's mentality. I'm no longer doing that. There are some masterminds that I'm in where the monthly payment is more than $2,500. Okay, I'm just to say that. But if I get those who will say, like, let me invest the money, and you've invested $2,500, and you're habitually a person who doesn't show up consistently with a good attitude all the time when you commit, you're not going to have success. But success is based on discipline and consistency. Once you spend that $2,500 and you're not showing up, you're going to be like, I ain't wasting my money. I'm at least going to show up. I'm forcing you now to show up and do what you were supposed to do in the first place. Does that make sense? So I'm starting to teach you with the right habits. Listen, I don't have a problem. Here's the deal. And I'm going to share this with some folks I know on Facebook too. I'm going to give you the way to always, it's not cheating. It's a way to build and understand the muscle of success. It's called commitment. Commitment is doing what you say you're going to do long after the moment you've said it and has left you. So if some of you know you can't afford it, but you want to do it, send me a message and say, I commit to getting started. I don't care when. If you commit to getting started, be next year, I'm going to lock you in at the price now that you committed to. Does that make sense? But if you do not commit and come back after the price has changed, the price is the price, and that's what it is then. Because that's it. God wants us to commit to whatever we're going to do. And if you commit to success, it means that you're committing to showing up consistently with a good attitude over a long period of time with desire and faith, willing to pay the price. So if you message me, it's like, hey, Dr. O, listen, I can't afford that right now. That's okay. Save the money, make the payment, and show up for a year, and we're going to help you. By the end of that year, it's almost impossible to connect with other people who are genuine, who's making money, who knows the plays. They'll show you. And if you don't have the money, you're going to get introduced to the investment group who's going to help you fix your credit, get the money. We're going to give you investment plays that are going to, you know what, Mike, they got me all excited. I'm going to show y'all just what the investment play, watch this. Okay. I did say I was going to wrap it up, but give me 3 minutes. I'm going to explain this play to you guys. Watch this. It's so simple. Should I show them the play, Mike? Should I show the play? I'm going to show the play. Okay. Mike didn't answer fast enough, so I'm going to show
you. Can't give it all. You only can give the pieces.
Not just pieces. So I'm going to show you guys this. Okay. Watch this. For the person who doesn't have the money, okay, what I've created is a very simple play based on what we, the wealthy folks, do. So I have insurance. Well, first, the gatekeeper. You guys are going to meet the gatekeeper. The gatekeeper is our credit guy. Then we have our insurance guy, Mike. We'll just put Money Mike up here. And then we have the investment queen, AKA the passive income queen. And here from the community, here you are, like, I got a little money or no money. So we're going to help you fix your credit to, at a minimum, let's just say fix your credit. Our program helps you to get to 800. Y'all know in your 800 club, you're good. But at first, we're going to work on giving you the 720. If you're close, the banks are going to give almost anybody with a 720 anywhere between $20,000 to $50,000 easy, just like that. Boom, you're in, right? So let's just take that 20, for instance. You talk to the credit guy, he helps you over in a month or two, you got 20 grand. We take that 20 grand, we put it in the insurance play. Mike's going to help you with that insurance play. And in 90 days, right? So here's the deal, by the way. Once you take out that loan, the bank gives you the 20 days and you start to pay back on that money. Let's just say it was $500 a month. That was your monthly payment for 3 years to pay back the $20,000. Everybody tracking with me? So month 2 comes up and you start to make your $500 payment. In the meanwhile, month 2 or month 3 and month 4, you make that payment. So you paid $1,000 back. I'm giving worst case scenario, the bank charges you 20%. So yeah, 20%, no problem, I'm good. Which is a total of $1,000 that you've paid, but it's almost like $800 that you paid the bank. If you're tracking so far, drop in the comments, whether it's Facebook or here, just drop the number 2. That tells me you're tracking. Okay, perfect, everybody's tracking. Now, you put the 20,000 in with Mike. In 90 days, you can take the 90% out, which is basically $19,000. We're going to hold 9K here for a little bit, but you take 10 from that 9, and that 10 goes into the investment piece here. That's passive. At the end of the year, you're going to get your original 10K back, and every month you're going to get $500 of passive income on that money actively, which is a total of $16,000 by the end of the year, but you get $500 a month. You take that $500 and you pay that to the bank. So now, oh, what do we do with the $9,000, Dr. O? I'm so glad you asked. You can either take the $9,000 and pay it down on the original. So now there's only 10 grand left, which pays that off, and you're done in 2 to 3 months. So you ask yourself, how often do you do that play? As often as possible. We're going to, listen, that play hasn't been done anywhere else because nobody else, well, I was smart enough to do it. I invented it. We call it the triple threat. And our investment group already knows the parameters of that play. They're going to walk you through the whole thing. They're going to help you do it. Here's another way to look at that. Same amount of money, right? Some of you've got your house paid off. You've been paying it. You got money built up in there. What happens if you take out a HELOC on your house and then take that money, put it in the insurance? 90 days later, you're able to take out 90% of that money, pay it back off for the house. And why would you do that, Dr. O? Because in the insurance play, the money, the interest is going to build that money back. But you could also take that same money from the HELOC and put it in the investment play. And by the way, it pays a guaranteed 5% of whatever you put in there on a monthly basis. You could take that money to pay off anything else. That is called a self-liquidating investment offer. You can only get it here. It's never been done. Only Dr. O knows about it, and our investment team will do that for you. So like I said, it's not just about networking and connecting. It's about building wealth strategically and helping you to do the stuff that, listen, nobody does it, but I'm going to be opening up the bag. You can only get it here. So with that being said, I'm going to open up for questions, and we're going to end this thing here. I want to thank you guys so much for your time, your energy, because that's important. On a Saturday, could be doing anything else. I'm going to breathe. Any questions before we wrap up for today? Thank you for the round of applause, Money Mike. All right. Oh, Chandra, thank you. Oh, Hercules. I feel so special. Thank y'all. Derek's dropping. Okay, gotcha. Drop us info in there for anybody who want to connect. Any questions from anyone before we jump off, or did I just do such a good job? You guys are racing to go on the website and get started. If you can drop the website in the comment, I would appreciate it. If not, I will follow up with everyone else. And send you guys the website so we can get you there. But thank you so much for tuning in. Iris, it was good to see you're on there. I didn't get to see your face. If you're able to, this young lady, she always like, I don't know, when have you ever going to turn 17? She is in early, I think she just passed, I don't want to put her business out there, but she's very much passing the quarter century, still looking like, or half a century, still looking like she's 16 years old, right? That's what happens when you have a lot of Jesus in you, right? It doesn't age you at all, right? It's
my brother.
It's the truth. Lee, you had a question?
Yeah, just wanted to just kind of get some clarification on the access to you and Athea.
Yes.
Would you like to share that with the community, please, if you would?
Yeah. So actually, this is how it is, because I ain't making it up. Athea, what is access like to you and I for our community members? I'll have my boss answer it.
Access to both of us. Well, we meet twice a week. So we meet on Wednesdays and Fridays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We give trainings. We also have Q&As on a regular basis. It's very interactive. And wherever you're at in business, on the Millie Club calls, they're personalized to whatever it is you're going through. In the past, and even currently, we have people who are in multiple stages of business. So not only are you there to receive support, it also gives you the opportunity to mentor other people who could really use another example of what success might look like to them based on where they're at. So Dr. Obom, of course, is an open book. A lot of the things have to do with how he's gotten from where he was to where he is now, which is super valuable no matter where you are in your journey. And that's pretty much it. Jokes, lots and lots of jokes. Hope that answers your question.
And then for direct access, for most of you who are already familiar with me, it's always, as long as I'm able to connect and respond, whether that's direct through a text message or messenger, whatever, I'll always connect and respond as long as there's time there. But in the community, we're not just looking to build business. We're looking to really build genuine relationships and build a culture around that, and build that community where we serve and help each other. Here's one thing I didn't tell you guys about. So we're going to be basically merging this group with our Millie Club. The focus and purpose of the Millie Club is for us to build and generate $1 million a year from the community. So we highly encourage connection and cross collaborations, doing JV ventures together a lot. And some folks, if they don't know how to, they'll come to either me or Athea to say, hey, we got decided to do this and we'll help you JV, partner, collaborate, put stuff together. Because I've been doing JVs for 18 years now, right? And it's just very simple. But that part of it, connecting and collaborating with the community, that's just the beginning and the relationships that's there. That's a great question. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're not like a fire and forget it. You only get to see twice a week. That's all you get. Leaving that crap, right? That's no, it's genuine relationships, right? So, and Amy can tell you, by the way, okay, Athea, Amy was one of the first of women who had went to our relationship retreats that she can tell you that we used to do, right? She's like, no, don't talk about, no, she's saying that. But I remember she's like, listen, I remember she came to one of them when she was a single lady. And she was like, listen, I'm here to learn and grow because I see you, basically you two cuddly wuddlies, but I'm not in a relationship. And the things we taught her, I'm like, Amy, you mess around, just watch what happened in the next year or two. And lo and behold, hey, right? But to this day, we remain friends, and we've watched and see so much that you've done. I love you so much, man. I miss you. We have to catch up. It's been like over 6 months or a year since we actually had a conversation. So thank you for showing up today. Mike, you had a question. You raised your hand. Yes, sir.
Yes. You said that Amy's in California and she opened up a restaurant or some food.
That was back then.
Okay. You got me excited, man.
Yeah, I know. She moved to the East Coast now, man. The girl moves around. Like the East Coast needed that food, right?
I'm in Alabama.
Yeah, she's in Bama now, bro. The South, where the food is really good in your mouth. I'm telling you, the South got the food. So, any other questions? Oh, Daniel earlier. So Daniel had messaged me talking about access, right, Lee? If I was going to explain everything about what being an ambassador is and how it's all work, did we answer all the questions about an ambassador and what that is and everything, Daniel? Or do you want me to go deeper on anything else?
I think you did.
Okay.
I mean, you just said 20% for each member you referred. If you join the membership, then you keep that 20. If you don't, then it's 10.
Absolutely. Right. There you go. So simple. As you guys would notice, wealth is very simple and fast. What slows it down is when we get complicated and create and invent ways. I mean, the moment I learned, you know who I learned that from? My wife. Yeah, it's my wife. I wasn't that smart. So I used to complicate things and she would just be like, really? That's it. Anyways, if there are no other questions, thank you guys so much. I'll follow up with each of you. I'll be sending you the website. I'd love to have each of you join and help grow the network together, and for each of you to be an honorary ambassador for us. My goal with this right now, within the course of the next 90 days, is to have 100 members added to the community. If we can do that together, it'll be great for those of you who, if it's one of those things that it is a financial issue. Thank you, Afia. I saw her. She just dropped the email in there. You can message me. You commit today. Whenever that time is ready, we will fix that. But that is the first step in wealth, knowing what you want and committing to it. Doesn't matter how long the process is. When we understand that, we understand the basis of how God created this universe. So with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for joining us today. I love and appreciate you sincerely. We look forward to working and growing with you. God bless you. Happy Saturday. And thank you for joining the launch of the Underdog Millionaire Business Network. Sounds like I'm announcing Mike Tyson about to knock somebody out. You guys take care. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now, everyone.